Yesterday, we started working on patching some tile strings. The first one we accomplished, we did it in that tile that has blown out many times in different places along it. It's an old bell tile and the tile kind of curves. So there's a lot of pressure, a lot of work it has to do, and it's just old. So patched it again. That was a pretty easy patch. So JD wanted to put some rope stuff. Had we put the rope stuff on, it would have made it so that like the little tiny rocks in the concrete wouldn't fall through into the tile and patch it a little bit better, but our door stair didn't have any of that, so we just used 3 sacks of Quickcrete, made a little nice patch on it and threw some in it and covered the tile back up. So then we went to another field, and that was on the edge of the field, there were 2 holes that were right on the edge, but what we think is happening is there was just groundhog holes and water was going through them, so moving dirt with them into a tile that's in the ditch. So JD said that we're gonna investigate it a little further to make sure that's what it is, but it started doing this little like sleet, frozen rain stuff on us, and it was really cold and we didn't have the backhoe with us, so we're gonna reinvestigate it. But I think what we're gonna do is just break it up and add more dirt in there, so stop the groundhog holes and stop the water flowing through them. And then we went to a third farm. This was also where we've patched a lot of tile before in some old clay tiles. There was 2 blowouts. The first one, I didn't have the backhoe with us there because it takes a long time to drive it. We wanted to investigate it first, and we knew rain was on the way. So not sure what's up with the first hole. On the second hole, we could visibly see the tile, and then we were able to grab a piece of it right here. So I'm gonna take this over to our old barn and I'm gonna place it next to some clay tile and see if we have the right size, because it'd be easiest to fix it with clay tile rather than cutting up some plastic tiles. So that's what we're gonna do first. Let's go. Update on the drone. Talked to someone about insurance. Talked to my lawyer, still waiting on a couple certificate things to be done. So soon, folks, soon. This is our tile emporium. So this is the important part. Yes, yes, that is the right size, I reckon. Heck yeah, awesome. Downside is that this is the only one left of that type. We have these little ones. We found this in one of our woods when we were cleaning stuff up, and we thought, oh, that would be good to have a couple of those. So we have used a couple before. So as you can see, tile comes in all sizes. Some that you would just stick on top of a drain that goes on top of the ground. But there's smooth wall, which means the wall is smooth in there, whereas you can see in here, I believe they call that corrugated, and that means it's like the same as the outside. And it has little tiny slits in it that the water comes into, and then it drains through the pipes. So yeah, and then there's connections. So when you stick pipes together, you gotta connect them. Stuff looks pretty dusty, but it's because in here. Fun fact, we took the 2x2 off of our planter when we bought it, and now I wish we hadn't, just because the research kind of shows that it is better, but also we don't want to drag a whole bunch of tanks through the field and put that much more on it. I don't know, I'm rambling. We also have some tires, and this. Wow. If this account ever explodes and does awesome and we have fun money, I'm definitely gonna paint the barn, but there's some things that need to be fixed in here, such as the floors. We would put like very light equipment like this and then our seed tenders in here, but yeah, floor is a little sketchy. Okay, I have to go take a meeting this morning, so gonna come back to the tile, and I don't want to move it myself haphazardly because I can't afford to have it crack. So as you can see, the barn needs painted. And she started right up. Woohoo! Okay, now to explore the one that we didn't get to the other day. First, we're probing it to see what we can feel in the ground to get a kind of idea of where to be digging. So far, just a little bit confused. So I got the backhoe out and started scraping out a little bit of dirt. Now I really lucked out because right where we dug, I scraped within inches of where we found the pipe. Now, here's the interesting thing. This tile has been fixed before, but these are fertilizer sacks, and we don't fix them with fertilizer sacks. We use soft water bags. So this was not our fix, except for we do remember finding a tile that was covered in these fertilizer sacks before. So we may have reused them and patched this area before. Unclear, but it feels familiar.
Bubbling right there. They might have brought plastic in and busted that clay. Something.